Your first priority should be to bolster your armies through recruitment in order to adequately patrol France's extensive borders. The Alsace region to the east could be under threat. The inhabitants are largely German speakers, so Prussia or Austria may try to take it back in an attempt to forge a single German empire. However, a protracted land war with either of these nations may prove unwise, despite the strength and reputation of the French army. The territories of the Holy Roman Empire to the east are good Catholic populations under the corrupt yoke of heretic Lutheran masters. As such, the territories of Rhineland and Württemberg are potential targets for a Catholic French army wishing to bring the true religion back to the faithful. Also, look to expand your foothold in the new worlds of America and India before the British colonize both continents, therefore becoming too powerful to keep in check. There are still unexplored native territories on the American continent, although the Spanish have begun expansion in that direction, so time is of the essence. In India, the landscape is changing. The old Mughal Empire is starting to collapse and lose territory to their Maratha rivals. The British, Dutch, and Portuguese are all active in this theater, so you should make alliances and secure territory before they do. Make trade agreements in order to sell your colonial resources. Open as many trade routes as possible between France and her colonies, and patrol routes against attack as much as possible. An alliance with Spain may also be fruitful, acting as a counterbalance to the current British monopoly in America.
Milord, observation de la flotte. Mission impossible, monsieur.
Oui, Milord. Ordre du navire.
Oui, monsieur. Troupes, en avant!
Oui, immédiatement.
Oui, milord. Préparez-vous, marchez. Prêt à recevoir vos ordres?
Solidement arrimé, capitaine. Arrivez! À vos ordres!
À vos ordres.
La volonté de Dieu sera faite.
Now this panel is used for negotiations between nations. Available diplomatic options are listed on the left. Periodically, your government will issue missions for you to undertake. Although optional, it can be useful to do them in order to learn various aspects of gameplay. Your first mission has arrived. To begin, simply click on the relevant message box on the left. Click on the Missions button in the bottom right of the screen.
Si seulement c'était possible.
You have just selected a piece belonging to another nation. Your region capital is the central city for control of a region. Troops can be stationed. This tab shows all units available for recruitment in the selected town, city, port, army or fleet. Right-click on a unit's pick. Mines facilitate the harvesting of underground resources, such as gold, silver, iron. The construction of a farm will increase the growth of the population in a region. As population grows, more towns will appear, enabling...
Quelle direction, Captain?
The Government Details panel gathers together essential... Ports do not just facilitate overseas trade. Upgrading to a dockyard also allows naval vessels to be built. Note that ships can also be ordered directly from fleets if commanded by an admiral. An army without a general can have a brigadier promoted directly from its ranks. Simply select any unit and click on the promotion button to the right of the review panel. An additional General's Bodyguard unit will be created, the cost being deducted directly from your treasury.
Je me cache.
As population growth is slow here, it is recommended that you upgrade. Note that agents cannot be recruited. This panel is used to research new technologies that will enable your nation to gain advantage over its rivals. To begin, simply select the item you wish to research. A fleet without an admiral can have a captain promoted directly from its ratings. Simply select any ship and click on the promotion button to the right of the review panel. An additional admiral's flagship will be created, the cost being deducted directly from your treasury. This panel gives information about how a building's effects work in the game, along with a detailed description of its function. Some buildings allow you to construct other, more advanced ones, so it's worth reading all the information here and checking the building browser. This tab shows all existing buildings in the selected town or city. Mouse over them to see what can yet be constructed. Right-click on a picture to see its description. Left-click on a building to add it to the queue, and again to remove it. Construction cost is displayed under the Trade tab. Details all resources brought to your capital from across your empire, and shows how these are exported to your trade partners, together with the As population growth is slow here, it is recommended that you upgrade farms or bring lower-class taxes down. Increasing the food supply and net income of the layman will reduce the infant mortality rate, thereby increasing the population.
En avant! Marchez!
Build forts in strategic positions near the borders of your regions. They can significantly hinder the advance of your enemies. Upgrade ports to dockyards for the ability to construct bigger and better fleets. Fleets can also be made stronger by merging them together as you would armies. Simply select a fleet. As population growth is slow here, it is recommended that you upgrade farms or bring lower-class taxes down. Increasing the food supply and net income of the layman will reduce the infant mortality rate, thereby increasing the population. When all nations but one know about a new technology or idea, it becomes common knowledge. A nation lagging behind will eventually find out what everyone else knows, although it may be too. Upgrading the road system within a region will increase its trade capability. Better quality roads also allow armies to march further within a turn. Your nation could greatly increase its trade income by sending merchant ships known as Indiamen to other continents. There are special trade theaters off the coasts of Africa, South America, and the East Indies. Merchant ships are constructed at trade ports. Once built, simply sail them to a trade theater to begin.
Nous arrivons, capitaine. Ordre du navire, capitaine.
Planning your construction needs is essential to a successful empire. Buildings of education further the research and acquisition of new technology. Industrial buildings facilitate trade and return income. Barracks increase the numbers and quality of available units. Inns, theatres, etc. keep the population happy in the short term. As population growth is slow here, it is recommended falling behind in the race for knowledge. Technology can be stolen by sending researchers to the educational buildings of your rivals and selecting the item you want to steal in the same way as you would conduct research. However, getting caught has repercussions. Click on any area of the radar map to snap the map directly to that area. The plus and minus buttons in the bottom left allow you to zoom to any area. The arrow button As population growth is slow here, it is recommended that you upgrade farms or bring lower-class taxes down. Increasing the food supply and net income of the layman will reduce the infant mortality rate, thereby increasing the population.
Je ne peux plus continuer.
As population growth is slow here, it is recommended that you upgrade farms or bring lower-class taxes down. Increasing the food supply and net income of the layman will reduce the infant mortality rate, thereby increasing the population. Traditionally, The wilds of Russia had a monopoly on the fur trade. But now, other nations have an opportunity to cash in due to their colonial possessions in the New World. Hunting and trade with the native population have produced a regular supply of animal pelts for shipping to other continents. Do not concentrate the construction of military buildings within a single region. Spread out to ensure the availability of troops during an invasion. As population growth is slow here, it is recommended that you upgrade farms or bring lower-class taxes down. Increasing the food supply and net income of the layman will reduce the infant mortality rate, thereby increasing the population.
En avant! Marchez! Préparez-vous. Oui, Capitaine.
Use this panel to manually merge armies. Click on the unit or character you wish to move, then click on the central button to move it from one army to another. It's possible to select several units at a time. As population growth is slow here, it is recommended that you upgrade farms or bring lower-class taxes down. Increasing the food supply and net income of the layman will reduce the infant mortality rate, thereby increasing the population.
Oui, monsieur. Ordre bien reçu. Bien arrimé. Quelle direction, capitaine?